I'm Gail Devins, and welcome to another edition of Discover Easton. Right now, I am at Bloom Aesthetics and Wellness, and beside me is Jenna. Welcome, Jenna.
Hello.
Thank you very
Welcome.
much for having us here. It's just, I'm so excited because we are at 14 Center Street. Now, if that doesn't ring a bell for all you Eastonites, this was the movie theater that maybe our parents, like my father, came here and spent 10 cents to watch a movie. So this is so exciting. I always wanted to come upstairs and see it. And so when you come upstairs, I'll show you, but when you come upstairs, you see the little check-in there where you'll give you your ticket and everything. It's very exciting. So, but as you can see, it's absolutely gorgeous in here. It's light, it's airy, and I cannot wait to hear about it. But I wanted to ask you a question first.
Sure.
So, have you always been in this line of work, or what caused you to kind of go into this specifically? Would you say?
That's a great question. I started I started Bloom Aesthetics and Wellness last year, so March, April. And if you asked me 5 years ago if I would be doing this, I would have been like, no way.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
But things just happened to fall into place. Bloom Aesthetics and Wellness is a culmination of things that I've done over the years that I'm very passionate about. So while I'm a registered nurse and we do injectables, cosmetic injectables here, we also do wellness related treatments when it comes to health coaching, weight management, a variety of things. And it goes back to when I was in college as an undergrad. I started doing teaching group fitness classes.
Oh,
And I got into
really?
wellness. Yeah, wellness. So my life has taken kind of twists and turns. And so
Yeah.
it's a culmination of things that I've done throughout the years.
Oh, okay, that's marvelous. That's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Wow, wow. So now, so you talked about the cosmetic part,
hmm
and so is that a permanent kind of thing, or how does that work? What kind of things do you offer for the cosmetics?
Sure. Yeah. So for cosmetic injectables, we do Botox injections that help with fine lines and wrinkles. We also do derma filler treatments, which help create definition in the face. Again, help smooth fine lines and wrinkles depending on where the treatment areas are. Those types of services have become quite popular, especially over the last few years, because people have been on Zoom so much more.
Oh,
So
I didn't think of that.
yeah, so
And we
we
know how
thought,
Zoom make us look, right? It's like,
right. Well,
whoa.
you're supposed to look at the people, but you
Right.
can't help but
See your
like
face.
see yourself right there
I
and go,
know.
oh my gosh.
Right.
We offer those services here. We do vitamin therapy, so vitamin infusion therapy. Right now, B12 injections are, not only becoming more popular, but just even because of the time of year with the winter, with
yeah.
the getting darker. And although now it's
Head
getting
back.
we're heading back. But we do vitamin therapy, which is helpful for energy levels. And again, we do weight management and health coaching. We also do body contouring treatments here.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So we can help define muscle, break down fat, which
Really?
basically can,
You can
complement
actually
weight
break
loss
down
efforts.
fat.
hmm Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. We've got
Wow.
these two devices. It's called both devices fall under the umbrella of something called True Body. And there's a True Flex device and there's a True Sculpt device. And basically one helps break down fat in troubled areas like the abdomen, the legs.
Yeah.
And then the other treatment helps define muscle, so increase muscle tissue. So for someone that I might be seeing here that is losing weight, we want to make sure that they're losing the right type of weight and losing the fat, maintaining muscle.
Oh,
So we can
instead
do
of
body
losing,
contouring
like,
treatments.
muscle tone and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
So it's quite interesting.
Wow. Now, how long, like typically, so if I had that done, how long does it take to actually see a difference?
So there's usually a few treatments that you do. So you'd have to come and see us a few times over the course of several weeks. But if you are trying to be healthy, so you are exercising, you're making relatively good food and dietary choices,
Mhm.
you'll start to notice results pretty quickly
Oh,
over
yeah.
a few weeks. Hmm.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
actually pretty fast.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Because usually, you know, when you're just doing exercise alone,
Hmm.
you know, it takes a while. You know what
It
I mean?
is.
It's just, and it can be discouraging, you know?
Yes.
So,
Yeah,
but
it
I,
absolutely can.
yeah.
And, this can help, if you do reach a plateau or you're looking for something a little different to complement your efforts, it can help kind of move the needle a little bit.
Nice.
Hmm.
That's great.
Yeah.
And so in getting back to like the B12 and
Hmm.
all that stuff, do you typically, so say I went in and I had an injection of B12,
Hmm.
when do I start feeling better, would you say? Is that right away because it goes right into the
Hmm.
system?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. Everyone's a little different,
Okay.
but people who really are sensitive and feel the benefit can, say later on that day, within 24
Oh,
hours for sure. A B12 injection, you know, we typically we can be deficient in B12,
oh
which
yeah.
can affect our energy levels,
Mhm.
whether or not we sleep soundly or
Mhm.
throughout the night, and can also help with even mental clarity when
Oh
you're
yeah.
focused on
Oh,
projects or trying to organize your day. It can help with those types of things
really?
too. So,
Wow.
people will usually feel the benefit within that day or within 24 hours.
Nice.
And, people will have these injections, every week or every couple of weeks. And
Wow.
they really feel like it helps them just with their energy levels. And it can
Mm.
also help with metabolism.
Oh
So,
yeah.
again, someone who
Wow.
has been exercising, maybe carrying a few extra pounds, would like to stimulate their metabolism, a B12 injection might be something they want to think about too. And whereas
Nice.
it's a water soluble vitamin,
Mhm.
basically what you don't need, your body gets rid of.
Oh, is that right? So
Yeah.
it's not something that, oh, I took too much. You know,
Right.
there's too much in there and you get worried.
Nope,
So,
not a concern at all.
really?
And the injection
Oh.
is a little different than taking a pill,
Yeah, I bet.
because it bypasses the injection doesn't go through your
Stomach
GI
and yeah,
system.
yeah,
It
yeah.
goes right into your systemic circulation, and it can
Nice.
have a nice effect pretty quickly.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Go out and play around at tennis or something,
Right.
right?
Right.
Wow, that's really good. And so I also noticed that you do IV. Now, what's the
Hmm.
difference between doing an injection of
Hmm.
B12 and an IV? Is that how you do the injection? Is through
So
IV?
yeah, so B12 is normally just an injection. It's an intramuscular injection.
Oh, okay.
So sort of like if you were getting a flu shot.
Oh, all right. Hmm.
And IV therapy, a little different, right? So think about, an IV bag, having a IV site where
Hmm.
you're infusing vitamins
Drip by
into your,
drip.
exactly. So it takes a
Yeah.
little bit longer.
Okay.
Certain medications are better through that route,
Hmm.
and takes a little bit more time.
Yeah.
But one of the benefits, never mind the nutrients that are in the IV solution, just even hydration with normal saline
Yeah.
um, can help with just energy levels. And,
Hmm.
I think we could all benefit from a little bit more hydration
Oh,
from
definitely.
time to
Because
time. So,
yeah, because I mean, I know that uh, I know someone that was, you know, not feeling well, and she went to the emergency room. And the moment they put that IV in and the
hmm
drip started happening,
hmm
the hydration is what helped,
hmm
and she just felt so much better. She
yeah,
was a totally different person.
yeah,
So I can just imagine, you know, getting your vitamins and everything that
hmm
way. And wow,
yeah.
that's great. So do you have like a specific room that you have IV where you
hmm
sit in a chair and you just kind of sit
Yeah.
there? And
Well, I
how does
mean,
that work?
we can do the IV treatments here.
Hmm.
Behind us, there's a treatment area, a treatment table.
Hmm.
Um, we can also, if we had a couple of friends that wanted to do it together, we
Oh,
can basically do it right here.
really?
Mhm.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
It
Chit
is
chat
fun.
and kind of, you
We
know,
try to
fast
make it,
going.
yeah, we try to make it comfortable.
Yeah,
That's kind of the vibe that I was going for with the space here is
sure.
almost like your living room, but
It does. It
not
feels
quite
like a
your
living
own.
room. Yeah, it's nice.
So it's good for friends that want to do these treatments together.
Yeah.
We also have another room down the hall that we do
Oh,
treatments in as well.
yeah. We'll go check that out
Yeah.
pretty soon. That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be really good. Wow. Now. So, tell me typically, how do I say I decided? Oh boy, you know, I kind of want to do this, but I'm not sure.
Hmm.
What's my first step? I
Hmm.
mean, do I call you? Do I go online? What's the best way?
Yeah, either a phone call
Mhm.
or going online. Bloomeaston.com is our website, and
Mhm.
there is online booking available. So
Oh,
you
okay.
can schedule either you could schedule either online or calling us directly. But
Mhm.
I would recommend it would be a complimentary consultation. So someone would come in,
Oh.
and we could actually do virtual if it's more convenient, or
Mhm.
come in, see the space, kind
Yeah.
of get to know myself. We've got a couple other team members that work here as well.
Oh, good.
And so you can kind of sit down with us, just kind of let us know what your areas of concern are.
Mm.
Um, especially when it comes to cosmetic injectables,
Mm. Yeah.
until we see you and get a sense of, you know, what areas are your concerns and how we can help,
Yeah.
then we can kind of talk about what your treatment plan would look like. Our
Okay.
consultations are completely complimentary.
Oh, nice.
Uh,
Good.
so, and, everyone has to start somewhere. So if
Mm.
someone's been thinking about doing Botox, their kid tells them that they look like they're angry all the time, and they're wondering
Oh,
about these
yeah.
things right
Yeah.
here. Or their coworkers say, you look like you're upset. Like it
And
might
you're
be,
not.
and it might not, they might not be. Um, it's no questions are silly,
Oh,
and it
that's
isn't
good.
for everybody, but
Mhm.
having a place where you can ask those questions and
Mm.
decide, what you think is going to be best for you is where I would recommend someone start.
Okay, and
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea to come here and
Hmm.
talk about, so you can feel relaxed and
Hmm.
go, okay, this is a relaxing place. Talk to you. I feel much calmer now. This is, yeah,
Hmm.
definitely the way to do it.
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh, that's really good. And so I've made I've come in,
Hmm.
I've done the consultation. So you'll give me ideas of what, all right, you want to change this a little bit. This is what we can do. And
Hmm.
um, now, does it last forever when you get the injections, or do you need to come back? Say, how often do you have to come back to keep it up?
Right.
You
So
know?
it really depends on the treatment. When we do Botox injections, typically the results last for 3 to 4 months.
Oh, that's a good long time.
Mhm. And
Wow.
when we treat somebody for the first time, we always want them to come back
Hmm.
at the 2 week mark,
Okay.
because it takes that long for those types of injections to be at their full effect.
Oh, really?
So we
Okay.
have you come back, and we make
Mm.
sure that it's kind of the outcome that you're hoping for,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
really fine tuning what your treatment plan looks like. So
Hmm.
that's specific to Botox.
Okay.
Derma filler injections are the other types of cosmetic injectables that we do, and depending on the area that we're treating, our results can last anywhere from 6 months, even up to a year and a half.
You're kidding.
So, like if someone were
Wow.
looking to kind of enhance the way their cheeks look a little bit,
Hmm.
or they want a little bit more volume in their lips, again, could last 6 months or even longer, depending on the area and the type of the product that we use.
Oh, okay.
So, again, that in person assessment is really key, because we can kind of decide what we'll use, what will work best for that person, and
Mhm.
then they have the treatment and then know what to expect in the long run.
Mhm.
But those treatments typically last a little longer.
Okay. So if you could explain to me the difference
Sure.
between Botox and
Yeah.
Dermafill, I mean, where do you do Dermafill
Hmm.
versus where do you do Botox? Is it the
Sure.
same area or do they do the same
No,
thing?
great question. Those are
Okay.
great questions. So Botox, we typically inject into a muscle where there's dynamic expression or movement. So the most common areas are the forehead lines,
Mm-hmm.
the ones that run horizontal,
Yeah.
and then we call these the 11s. So the ones that
Oh,
make
yeah.
people look a
Yeah.
little angry,
Yeah.
like the smile lines.
Oh, yeah.
And so what happens is, because these are muscles, when they contract, they get stronger.
Mm.
And over time, those movements cause those lines to be a little bit more permanent. So even though I'm not really walking around with my eyes raised all the time,
Yeah.
sometimes we have those lines that kind of stick around because of the
Mhm.
repetitive movement over time.
Yeah.
So by treating those muscles, the muscles relax and it smooths out the complexion.
Is
So
that
the
how it
lines,
works?
yeah.
Oh,
And most of Botox
okay.
injections,
Mhm.
um, probably about 80% of them are upper face.
Mm.
So frown lines, forehead,
Yeah.
crow's feet.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
We can do some lower face.
Mm.
What's really popular, I don't know if you've heard of it lately, but a lip flip. You ever heard of a lip
Never
flip?
heard of lip flip,
Okay.
but that's right. Lip flip.
Yeah, lip flip.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
So lip flip is a little bit of a little bit of Botox right above the lip, and by
Okay.
relaxing the muscle, it turns the lip up, so
Oh,
it
really?
gives the upper lip. It gives the impression that the upper lip has a little bit more volume.
That's how that's
Yeah,
done. So
yeah,
it actually flips it up a little bit.
yeah.
Isn't
It
that
is.
interesting?
Yeah. One of my favorite
Wow.
Botox injections that can be a game changer for people.
Mm.
So you you ever see you ever see somebody who it kind of looks like they're like not too happy all the time?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Like the
yeah.
corners of the mouth kind of
Right, right,
turn down.
right, right.
Well,
Yeah.
there's actually a muscle that pulls down on the corner of the mouth. And
Oh,
by treating it, a little bit of Botox, it can relax the muscle and the corners of the mouth
come
turn up.
on.
So someone might not look as unhappy as they
Re-
look just because
really?
of how the muscle is pulling on that area. So
That
that's a game changer for some people.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that see, I never thought of that.
Yep. But the
Oh.
filler is different
Yeah, but
because filler is not injected into the muscle. It's injected into the dermis of the
okay.
skin,
Mhm.
and basically it can smooth out areas where there might be lines, volume deficiency. Like this is
Mhm.
kind of an area that we treat sometimes
Mhm.
here.
Mhm.
But what's really great are other areas like defining the jawline.
So it
Um,
defines it?
it
Really?
can, yeah,
Wow.
it's pretty cool. Sometimes people will come in and they'll be like, Jenna, I hate this part. I hate these folds right
Yeah, yeah,
here. It
yeah,
feels
yeah.
like
Right,
everything's
right,
going this way.
right, right.
And depending on the person, we're not doing filler here. We're actually doing filler in the cheek because
Oh,
when you do filler in the cheek, it lifts the tissue, it gives you
does
some
it?
nice dimension,
Come
and it
on.
minimizes what this area looks like.
Really?
Right.
See, and I'll tell you something. Instead of going in and getting surgery, right,
Right.
which doesn't always turn out the way you want. You know what I mean? You kind of take a chance with that.
Mm-hmm.
This is so nice because it's natural. It's just
Mm-hmm.
filling it in. You must. Wow,
Yeah.
that is very interesting. Oh
Yes,
man.
I love the work that we do.
Mhm.
Our approach is really trying to enhance someone's natural beauty
But they already have
that
for
they already
great.
have. So you
Yeah,
want
it's
to
good.
look like a
Yeah.
better version of yourself, or you want to
Okay.
feel good when you look in the mirror. If you notice
Yeah.
that the skin looks a little taut or
Hmm.
the lines are a little smoother than they were. So
Yeah.
it's really about just enhancing your beauty naturally.
Oh, I love
I
that.
think we can all we all know of someone where it's like, ooh, I would never do filler, or,
Right, right.
that's
Yeah.
not for me. Well, obviously that might have been multiple treatments.
Okay. Interesting.
And that there's so many people that actually get dermafiller treatments that you would never know because it
Really.
looks very natural.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
Oh man. So tell me, what's the youngest person and what's the oldest person you've done in age wise?
Yeah. Great.
Is it typically kind of the same age all along, or is it?
We see definitely a range of
Mhm.
ages. Most recently, I saw a young woman in her early 20s, and she
Really?
wanted the lip flip.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
She also wanted a little bit of treatment for her frown lines because she does spend a lot of time in front of the computer, and she wanted,
Oh, she's kind of,
hmm yeah,
squinting a lot.
squinting a lot
Yeah.
because that's how those muscles get really strong when you
Mm.
when you squint.
Hmm.
And she also, her mom actually had been doing Botox, and
Oh.
her mom had said, you know, she had gotten treatment for the frown area
Yeah.
as well, and
Okay.
so I think that was part of it too.
Yeah.
But and then last week I also saw a woman that was 70, and it was her first time getting Botox.
Come on. Really?
And it was very, very subtle. But her words were
Interesting.
that it was a game changer for her.
Really?
Her daughter had been trying to get her to go for years.
Oh, there you go.
So it
Wow.
really is a wide range of ages for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's good.
Yeah.
So no matter what your age, get over here. Yeah. Oh man, that is just amazing. But and of course, I'm sure you've seen differences like over the years,
Hmm.
things have just improved technology wise too,
Hmm.
I'm sure. Right? Where
Hmm.
it's just like you said, it only takes a short amount of time
Hmm.
before it's working and there
Hmm.
you go. So that's nice.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
think with skincare, we're talking, when we talk about injectables, um, we're talking about kind of the appearance of the face for the most part.
Mm.
Um, there's really not one modality that is the best for everyone.
Mhm.
So while we focus on, the Botox, the filler, we also do something called platelet-rich plasma injections, which is
Oh,
actually your own blood, your own plasma,
is that right?
which can be really great for your skin too. Um,
Wow.
it's not the only thing. Not
Yeah.
the only modality. So, what someone is putting on their skin, what their skincare regimen looks like.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Other treatments that can help stimulate collagen
Mm.
in the face and the skin to help, you know, keep the lift and keep the structure to the skin
Mm.
um, is something, are some other treatments to consider as well. So there's really not one
Okay.
thing that does everything.
Ah, and that's
It's,
where the consultation comes in
hmm
handy, right? Where you can just sit down and go, well, you benefit from this, and
hmm
maybe you'd benefit from that.
hmm
So, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times people will be like, we'll ask them what their area of concern is,
Hmm.
and they might share that with us, but then they'll look to us, well, what do you recommend? What do you see?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
um, it's a
Mm.
matter of, just kind of getting a good sense of what that person, is expecting, as an outcome, and,
Mhm.
and how we can, again, enhance their natural beauty.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
like that.
Yeah.
And you mentioned weight loss or
Mhm.
weight management. How does that fit into everything? How would that?
So we do health coaching and weight management coaching here. So like for people that are looking to lose weight that may have had difficulty on their own, it may be just working with them in their current routine and helping
Mm.
motivate them.
Mhm.
We also have other tools that we have. So, for example, we do offer semaglutide or semaglutide, depending on how you say it.
Okay.
These are weight loss injections
Oh, really?
that people can do weekly. For people that have some weight to lose, it's not
Yeah.
for someone that is looking to lose a few pounds. It's
Right, right,
someone
right.
that
Yeah.
might be carrying a few extra pounds where they're concerned about their blood pressure. They're
Yeah,
consider
health wise.
health wise.
Yeah.
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 So we offer those too.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
that's again, a consultation
Mm.
for somebody who, has had trouble and is looking to do something a little different.
Yeah, because the other things didn't work.
Correct.
And so, what is it? It's an injection, and what does it do? Does it slow down your metabolism? Does it or speed it up? What does it do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the semaglutide in particular, it is the active ingredient that's in Ozempic
Hmm.
or
Oh.
Wegovy. You might have heard of those
Hmm. Yeah.
before. But it basically slows down the time it takes for food to be digested. So someone can
Oh.
eat similar foods that they're used to, but they actually are going to get fuller quicker
Oh,
and
that's
not
nice.
eat or consume as much.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
that's
Yeah.
kind of the long and short of it.
Okay.
And
Hmm.
again, it's not for everybody,
Yeah.
but Wegovy or Ozempic has been used for quite a while
Hmm.
for people that have a diagnosis of diabetes,
Oh, yeah.
and it's helped them stabilize their blood sugar.
Hmm.
And oh, by the way, they're losing weight. So
Right. Yeah.
once this was realized as being one of the outcomes, we have the Wegovy, and now we have the semaglutide that is available for help for people to lose weight as well. So
Yeah.
weekly injections, we can do virtual coaching so people can get the medication and do it in their home, and
Oh, yeah.
we can check in
Oh.
with them on a regular basis, or we can do in-person visits,
Yeah.
whatever works best for them.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, it's cool.
You do so much, though. I mean, it's not just come in and get your Botox. I mean, there's so much all around. That's great.
Thanks. Yeah, we try to do things that I think appeal to a good number of folks.
Mhm.
Again, I pulled these services together based on things that I've been kind of passionate about.
Mm.
I started teaching group exercise as a way to lose weight when I was a young kid,
Yeah.
and weight loss and weight management has been something that has spoke to me over the years. I
Mm.
think that there's a huge need in our community for resources for people to help them
Yeah.
with that. So,
Definitely.
between the injectables, the vitamin infusion therapy,
Mm.
it's kind of where we're starting in terms of the realm of the aesthetics and the wellness piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how it goes together too, the
Mhm.
wellness and the aesthetics.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wow. That's fantastic. But so is there anything else you'd like to add before you'd like to take a look around? Show
Sure.
everybody what this place is like. It's
Yeah,
really
sure.
nice.
Nope.
Is there anything else you wanted to add? And
Um,
talk about? We can talk as we walk around too.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay, great. All right, let's take a tour. Well, what is over here? I want to know what this is.
So one of the programs that we offer is called Ideal Protein.
Mm,
It's a keto friendly, low carb weight loss program.
really?
So basically, yes. So if someone is looking to lose weight
Mhm,
and they're motivated,
mhm.
it's a tough program,
Oh, it
but
is?
yes,
Why
it's
is it
tough
tough?
because you basically have to eliminate carbs um, from
Okay.
your diet. Very, very
Really?
low carb, I should
Yeah.
say.
Okay. Yeah.
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 So someone who's looking to lose weight, that may have tried a low carb diet in the past,
Mm,
may want to consider Ideal Protein
okay.
because it's a three-phased program
Oh,
where first phase, you are eating very low carb and adequate protein.
okay.
So not necessarily high protein like an Atkins, but
Oh,
adequate
okay.
protein
All right.
and from good protein sources.
All right.
And you basically lose weight because of that low carb and really
Mm,
relying on other food sources
okay.
to lose weight. And so the first phase is as long as they need to be in that phase to reach their goal weight.
Mm.
And then second phase and third phase, like maintenance and stabilization, introducing carbs back into the diet so
Oh,
that they can sustain the weight loss long term. But
okay.
it's tough because we provide you with some of the foods.
Mm,
There's a nice selection of foods, and they actually
really?
taste pretty good.
Like what?
So, like
What's some?
soups, some
Really?
soups,
Mm,
snack bars.
really?
Some of the breakfast foods are like oatmeal.
Yeah.
Um, yep,
Huh.
oatmeal, cereal. But we supply you with breakfast and lunch and snack items, and
Mhm.
then in phase one, you're making your own dinner.
Okay.
But your dinner is your vegetables, your
Mm.
lean sources of protein like fish,
Oh,
meat.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
so you're not eating a lot of calories, definitely
Okay.
under 1,000. For most people,
Mm.
somewhere between 700 and maybe 1,000 calories,
Wow.
which is a lot less than people are
Yeah.
usually eating.
Yeah.
But the foods are such that you actually stay relatively full.
Really?
So
Mm.
you shouldn't, on this program, you shouldn't feel like you're starving.
Wow.
And there are things that you can eat to supplement your day to day to make sure that you stay full.
Really?
But yeah, it's a great program. It's called Ideal Protein. It's
Mm.
based out of Canada.
Huh.
It's been in the U.S. for years, and
Mm.
it's been around for about 20 years.
Really?
And again, following the three phases are pretty important because, as with any diet program, if some people think losing the weight is the hardest part.
Yeah.
Um, it's keeping it off,
Oh, I'm
basically.
sure. Yeah, because you see some people that, even some people that have had that stomach surgery,
Hmm.
they've lost all the weight. It's
Hmm.
fantastic. But after a while they're starting to eat
Hmm.
differently again, you know what I mean, back to what they're used to eating,
Hmm.
and they gain some weight back, and it's like, oh, it's hard to see that.
Hmm. It can be
So
really, really discouraging, really,
yeah,
really discouraging.
yeah.
So, we try to provide the regular coaching support.
Okay.
Again, when someone is motivated, I'll ask them on a scale of 1 to 10 how motivated they are
Oh,
to
okay.
lose weight. And if
Yeah.
somebody answers anything less than a 7,
Hmm.
like, obviously talk with them about that, but
Yeah.
probably not the right time for them to do Ideal Protein
Okay.
because it does take some discipline.
Mm.
It's not a matter of, oh, well, I'll eat this. And if I want a glass of wine or two, or, I'm going to my friend's house and I'll
Oh, right,
just,
right, right. Mm.
because you basically have to really follow that phase one program pretty strictly,
Okay. Yeah.
because you're basically putting your body into ketosis, which means that, you're not eating those carbs and you're
Mm.
relying on protein for the most part to
Mm.
get your energy,
Wow.
protein and fats for the most part. And so
Mm.
you have to really follow it pretty diligently.
Mm.
And we kind of help you through that process. So we do weekly coaching.
Weekly, that's good.
Weekly coaching,
Yeah.
and we can do virtual, or sometimes it's helpful when you have to come in and you have to step on a
Right.
scale.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes that level of accountability,
Yeah.
is key in keeping someone motivated. So,
Mm,
during our consultation, we'll really try to identify what's going to motivate that person, how we can be most supportive of them,
mm.
um, and then help them kind of set them up for success. But it's a great program.
Wow. And so, say I wanted to lose a few pounds,
Hmm.
right? Um, say I overate over the holidays and I had
Hmm.
like 5 extra pounds, say
Hmm.
5 pounds. Is that something that I should not do to lose 5 pounds? Or can you do that to lose 5 pounds? Or is this for someone that is way overweight?
Um,
You know what I mean?
it really depends on the person. If it's 5 pounds
Mm.
and you're motivated, we certainly can do ideal protein.
Mm.
But your phase one will probably be 1 or 2 weeks
Oh, okay.
versus somebody who needs to lose maybe 30 pounds, 40
Mm.
pounds, 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Um, their phase one is going to be longer.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
again, that phase one part of the program is pretty regimented,
Mm.
and um, it can be challenging,
Mhm.
but it's interesting because once people start and they see how good they feel, even after a couple of days, it's self-serving. It kind of
Oh.
inspires
So
people to kind of keep going.
you can actually start feeling better after a few days.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yes.
Like
And
when you say better, like how do you feel? You just feel more energetic? What is it?
energetic. Yep,
Really?
energetic. Definitely, I'd say
Wow.
energy is one of the big pieces.
Really?
Hmm. You start to notice, like on ideal protein, it's not uncommon for someone to lose 3 to 5 or 6 pounds the first week. And so what we're trying to do, and then it stabilizes.
Yeah.
Weight loss really should be steady, slow and steady.
Yeah. Right.
But if it's something that your body's not used to, it's normal for you to see a weight loss, a little bit more of a weight loss that first week or so.
Oh, okay.
But 1 to 2 pounds a week is usually what we're shooting for.
Sure.
But yeah, you can feel, you might not notice a physical change. It might take maybe a week or two before you start to notice maybe the pants feel a little bit looser.
Yeah.
But like within a day, just feeling a little lighter, feeling like you're
Hmm.
cleaning, you're like a little cleaner on the
Really?
inside. I think it can
Wow.
kick in
Just to
pretty
feel,
quick.
just to feel
Hmm.
that is nice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it can be motivating. It keeps you like, okay, I'm going
Yeah.
to do this. I can do this
Yeah.
today. I can do it the next day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it can help keep someone going.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
So, what does someone call in or visit with you, and then you get on a program kind of a
Mhm.
thing? Is that what happens? And then you have the products
Mhm.
and you have food. You said too. So, because sometimes people want to go on a diet and they go to the store. So I'll get some celery and carrots and
Yeah.
I don't know lettuce, but you actually have the food
Mhm.
products
Mhm.
that oh
Yeah, the food
it's
it actually tastes really good.
really
And there's enough of a variety to
yeah
accommodate a lot of different tastes.
nice.
People like to shop for their foods when they
Oh
come to
sure
see me. They're
yeah.
like, well, the bars, the protein bars are really tasty.
Are they?
Like I said, the soups. There's a lot of snacks, and
Mm,
and so I think
mm,
people like the variety.
yeah.
And some people will come to us specifically because of Ideal Protein.
Mm,
They will have
mhm.
heard of it. They'll search when you do idealprotein.com. There's a locator, so we will come up as a
Oh,
location,
nice.
as
Okay.
an authorized um, center or clinic for
Yeah,
Ideal
yeah.
Protein. But some other people will come to us because they heard that we do health coaching and weight management coaching.
Mhm.
So they may not know what they want to do
Yeah.
before they come to see us, but
Mhm.
we can talk with them.
Yeah.
So it may be just helping them with, it might not even be any of the products. It might just
Mm.
be health coaching, regular health coaching that we can
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
We can offer Ideal Protein as a tool for them if they're motivated.
Mm.
If they're a candidate for semaglutide, that would be something that we would talk to them about.
All right. Yeah.
One of the other injections that we do is something called lipoline. And basically, it is a weekly or biweekly injection that
Mhm.
helps stimulate metabolism.
Mm.
So that might be an option
Really?
for
That's
somebody.
interesting. Yeah.
So,
Mm.
once we sit down with somebody and kind of assess what they've tried in the past,
Mhm.
what kind of barriers they have,
Mm.
what's convenient and accessible to them based on what their current routine is,
Oh,
then we can
right.
maybe recommend what we think would be most effective for them.
See, I like that because you're meeting with the individual, seeing what their lifestyle is, seeing what their needs are, and it's not a one thing that's for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because you see these diet programs out there that, oh yeah, go on this diet, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but you don't know what my lifestyle's
Mm-hmm.
like. You don't know what my needs are and all that. So that's fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can someone come and just buy the products from you
Um,
without the coaching,
we
or is that a
We
you don't
usually do
recommend that?
there's a health intake, and we need to make sure that,
Yeah,
based on any kind of health conditions, that they're suitable, their
sure.
ideal protein is suitable for them.
Yeah,
So we would have to do a consultation first.
that's smart though.
Um,
That's very smart.
but like say for
Yeah,
someone that had done ideal protein and they moved to the area and they're looking for a place to be able to get some of the food and have that support, then we would work with them on that as well.
oh good.
So their start might look a little different than somebody who's completely new to it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Wow, this is amazing. This is great. Wow, you can get all your needs done and food.
Because a lot of times people who don't want to think about it. They
Right.
want to have it mapped out for them.
Yes, absolutely. Give
Mhm.
me the product. Give me,
Mhm.
what time do I get that? What time do I eat this? What time do I eat that?
Mhm.
Was it every few hours that they eat, or is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually 3 to 4 hours or so, a
Yeah.
snack or
Yeah.
one of the ideal protein foods.
Yeah.
And then what I like about it is you're also cooking your own food as well.
Oh, see, that's
So it's
nice.
not all packaged foods,
Mhm.
even though they're sourced really well,
Mhm.
and there is that nice variety. You
Yeah.
know, you do have to cook. You do have to cook.
Yeah.
You have to do a little bit of meal prep.
Okay.
So that's where that level of motivation comes into play.
That's good though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then it gets you, then when you're off the program and you're in the maintenance thing, you
Mhm.
know that, okay, I can cook this or this. That's great.
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. My pleasure.
Yeah, that's great. Let's take a tour. This looks nice and comfy. I have to tell you, nice and comfy.
Yay! So this is one area that we do treatments.
Mhm.
We typically do our body contouring treatments here,
Oh,
and so
okay.
um, people they start here. We can recline them so they're nice and comfortable,
Mm.
and we're basically utilizing these two devices here.
Wow.
One is called TrueFlex, and the other is called TrueSculpt,
Hmm.
and these are really, really cool treatments for body contouring.
Hmm.
So the True Sculpt is radio frequency, and you put these devices on the targeted areas. So, like for some people, it's wanting to lose a little bit of the belly
Right,
fat.
right.
For some people, it might be the love handles,
Mhm.
and like it might be under the arms.
Yeah.
But basically, these small devices go on the troubled areas, and it creates a little heat. Radio frequency. It's almost like getting a hot stone massage.
Oh, really? So it's not painful.
Not painful.
Okay.
Warm and
Warm.
toasty.
That's nice.
But it's a 15-minute treatment.
Oh.
So it actually goes really, really quick,
Huh.
and it breaks down fat in
Come on.
areas that.
Really?
So we
Wow.
usually do one area at a time,
Mhm.
and say, for example, the abdominals. We'll do
Mhm.
the treatment, and it basically takes up to 12 weeks to break down the
Oh,
fat
okay.
in that
Mhm.
area. But best case scenario, we're doing that treatment first, and then we're doing the second treatment, which is called TrueFlex.
Mhm.
And TrueFlex is EMS, or electrical muscle stimulation, and it's in the same area, but it stimulates muscle contraction. So it's almost like doing like thousands of crunches
No.
in a 15-minute period.
No.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Did you actually feel it though? Do you actually feel your muscle
Yeah.
contracting
Yeah.
and everything?
some people will say that they are sore the next day, almost like they were doing sit-ups.
Wow.
But if someone isn't sore, it doesn't mean that it wasn't effective.
Oh,
It's
okay,
just
yeah.
everyone's different.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So it's pretty cool. So we've got the True Flex and the True Sculpt. And so
Yeah.
someone, for example, who is like, we'll say someone is doing ideal protein here, or someone's doing the semaglutide injections.
Mhm.
When you're losing weight, if you're not exercising regularly, doing strength training regularly, and you're on a diet program or you're losing weight, there's a concern that you're losing muscle in addition to fat, right? So we want to lose fat. We want to maintain muscle,
Yes.
but we want to lose fat.
Right.
So this is a treatment that can help maintain muscle mass for somebody that is losing fat through a diet and or through an exercise program.
Oh, good to know.
So it's pretty cool, and
Yeah.
it's very, very effective. We may see someone, again, maybe for the abdominals, and then we're doing a true flex treatment, and then we're seeing them a few days for another true flex treatment because we're
Oh,
going to
okay.
stimulate those muscles again,
Oh.
and then have them back and stimulate those muscles again.
Interesting.
So it helps. Yeah, because if you maintain your muscle
Mm.
or you increase your lean muscle tissue,
Mm.
then your metabolism at rest is increased, and you're
There
going
you
to
go.
burn. You're
There
going
you
to
go.
burn more calories at
Yep.
rest than you would if you had it.
Wow.
So it's
That's
called True Body.
True Body.
The
Mm.
term is True Body, but it's the True Flex and the True Sculpt body contouring system.
That's fabulous.
Yeah. So we do
Wow.
those treatments here, but we also do vitamin injections and vitamin infusion therapy here as well.
Oh, you do?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a nice, relaxing. I mean, it's just there's no nervousness here. This is just total relaxing. Very nice. Love it.
Cool.
So we're in your other room here, which is just wonderful. It's so relaxing. It is. It's just so nice.
Great.
So what is typically done here?
So we can do any one of the treatments that we offer here.
Oh, okay.
So we can use both spaces, but we do injectables here. So the Botox, the filler. I had referenced earlier something called PRP. We offer PRP. PRP stands for platelet-rich plasma, and we do treatments that help with skin rejuvenation. If you've heard of microneedling.
Yes.
So we offer microneedling with PRP.
Oh, do you? Okay.
And we also offer hair restoration.
No.
Right. So
Do you really?
So for example,
Wow.
so we've got the centrifuge here. We use something called PRFM, which is platelet-rich fibrin matrix, and the program is actually called Cephal. And what say someone, for example, was concerned that their hair was thinning.
Yeah.
And typically we think of gentlemen, but I actually treat a lot of women.
Yes, absolutely.
Perimenopausal, menopausal women concerned about thinning hair.
Yeah.
I actually just had my second of 3 treatments.
Did you really?
Yeah,
Good
because
for you.
I've always had, I thought I always had thick hair, but my hairdresser was like, no, you have a lot of hair, but it's very fine.
Oh.
But what I've been noticing is that there are some areas that are a little thinner than they used to.
Yeah.
And so I had my second treatment of 3 because it's usually 3 treatments.
Okay.
And what the treatment is you come in, you actually get your blood drawn.
Oh.
Okay, blood drawn. And we use a centrifuge to separate the blood, so the red blood cells from the platelet-rich plasma. So it's gold color once it separates, and you actually use your platelet-rich plasma, you can inject it back in your scalp to stimulate follicle growth and hair growth.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my
So
goodness.
it's very cool. And
Wow.
I've noticed a difference. I actually
Did you really?
I saw my hairdresser 2 weeks ago, and it was right after my second treatment, and she's like, "You've got hair growth."
She really saw it.
Mhm.
Wow.
So it's pretty cool because you have to do it when you're you still have hair. So you can't, it can't be once, that's all done.
Oh, really?
Right.
Oh,
But if you
okay.
notice, if somebody is a little concerned because, the hair in the brush or in the shower,
Yeah.
or they notice that it's a little thinner than it used to be, these are treatments that can actually stimulate hair growth. Wow. So we can do it for hair, but we also do it for skin. So, for example, like microneedling. So microneedling, very fine needles causing little trauma to the tissue. And the whole premise of microneedling is to stimulate collagen. So collagen is really the scaffolding or the structure of the skin. And what happens as we get a little older, we don't produce as much collagen. So that's where the skin gets a little bit lax. Right?
Interesting.
So microneedling can help stimulate collagen. But when you use your own platelet-rich plasma, it can help also with collagen stimulation. Your platelet-rich plasma has growth hormones in it that can stimulate collagen. Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
This is amazing information.
So we can do it here. We can
Good.
also do Botox filler here. We can do IV therapy here. Really,
Huh.
any of the services that we offer at Bloom can be done in this area as well.
Oh, that's nice. Wow. It's just amazing how it's just so natural with when you were talking about the hair loss to get your own
Hmm.
plasma to put that, or the other part of the plasma, not the plasma, but
Yeah.
get that your own stuff with it. It's so natural,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Very
There's nothing
natural.
foreign going onto your
No.
body or into your body. It's just and so how long does that last? Let's say you notice the hair growth.
Hmm.
Do you have to continue to do that throughout,
No.
your
So we
life?
usually
Or
recommend 3 treatments,
yeah.
um, anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks apart.
Mm.
And then, we'll just kind of assess 6 months, 8 months down the road. We
Mhm.
always have people come back after, a month after their last treatment so we can kind of assess, compare pictures because we're
Oh yeah.
always doing before and after
Oh
pictures,
sure, yeah.
and then it might be a refresh. We might
Mm.
recommend someone come back once a year for a
Mm,
treatment
okay.
to kind of maintain the results.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
if someone is noticing a benefit after three, we can always do more. We can
Yeah.
always do more depending
Yeah.
on what the results look like, but we usually
Yeah.
recommend a minimum of three over
Yeah.
that
Huh.
3 month period of time, 3 to 4
Wow.
month period of time.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Because you always see these commercials, right, on TV. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, try this. You put this
Mm-hmm.
stuff on your hair, and you're supposed to grow,
Mm-hmm.
and it's funny. But if you put it on you, and then you go to sleep at night, and it kind of goes on your face when you're gonna grow hair here. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's too messy.
Yeah.
It's you don't believe it's too much. But this is amazing.
Yeah.
What
It's
you do there.
very,
This is
and like you mentioned, it's natural.
natural.
For
Yeah.
somebody who, you know, somebody is concerned about, say having Botox treatments or having derma filler treatments,
Mm.
again, those treatments aren't for everyone.
Yeah.
It really depends on the person.
Mhm.
The PRFM or the PRP treatments are just so natural because
Yeah.
it's your
It's your
own
own stuff.
blood.
Yeah.
There's very, very few risks involved.
Mm.
Anytime you do any kind of microneedling or, PRP injections, whether it be in the scalp or in the skin for areas, because we can do injections under the eyes and
Mm.
um, there's always risk for some bruising or some downtime,
Oh, sure.
but
Yeah.
usually it's very, very minimal.
Yeah.
And using your own blood, again, and those growth hormones to stimulate collagen is pretty cutting edge, and people
Yeah.
are seeing some really, really good results.
Wow.
So.
That amazes me. It really does. It just amazes me.
Mhm.
Wow.
I also had one of those treatments done a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
And I one of my concerns, is right under the eyes.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of women, primarily some men, but mostly
Mhm.
women. This is an area that's tricky because
Yeah.
it's so close to the eye.
Right, right,
Some
right.
people have puffiness, some people
Mhm.
have dark circles.
Yes, right.
Skin product and serums are only going to go so far,
Yeah.
even if you're doing them religiously, or
Mm.
diligently every day or however often it's recommended.
Mm.
PRP is a great treatment
Mm.
for under the eye to address
Right.
dark circles and puffiness. And people sometimes will opt for derma filler under here, but it's not anything
Ah.
that you have to be a specific candidate for that.
Yeah, I'm sure you
Um,
would. Yeah.
PRP, basically, it's safe anywhere and everywhere because it's your own product.
Yeah.
It's your
Not
own blood.
anyone.
Hmm.
Yeah, 'cause it's your own. See that it's almost it's just amazing. You know what I mean? We were born a certain way with a certain you're using what were born with.
Hmm.
That's just amazing.
Hmm.
Yeah. Woo. Very
Yeah, fun.
exciting.
Yeah, it's a fun one. It's definitely a
Yeah.
fun one if you can get past the part of the blood draw, because
Right. Oh
sometimes
yeah,
people
right.
aren't a
Some
fan.
people
People
will.
aren't a fan of that,
No,
but
you have to do
usually
that
that's
once
quick
a
and
year.
painless, relatively
You have
painless.
to do that once a year for your physical anyway,
Right.
right? Or something. So it's like,
Not too bad. Not too bad. We
Yeah.
try to make it relatively quick and painless.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Oh, that's great. Thank you
yeah.
so much.
You're welcome.
Jenna, thank you so much. You took all the mystery out of everything. You know what I mean? That, Botox and everything. And it's such a relaxing atmosphere and you're so relaxing and just, it's just a very nice place. And I'll tell you, if you're thinking about doing it and you want that free consultation, go on that website or make the phone call. I think it'll be worth it just to find out,
Mhm.
and just to come here and see what it's like. Cause It's just very relaxing here. So I thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, this was fun.
Yeah, that was great. Thank you so much. Well, until next time on Discover Easton, we will see you then.